Hello students, welcome back to your science class. So student, in the previous class, in this chapter, that is our environment, we were talking about the producers, we were talking about the consumers, as well as we have seen what are decomposers. Decomposers and why decomposers are important to us. What will happen if there will be no decomposers present around us? So these are the things that we have seen in the previous class. Today we will going to start with the other topic, and that is food chain. So next one is food chain. Food chain is what basically, let me write the definition here. The food can be transferred from one organism to the other through food chain. Basically, food, it can be transferred from one organism to the other, that we called as a food chain. Here, generally what happens, food is transferred from one organism to other organism. Why is it so? It is because every organism are dependent on each other. Understood? So the consumers, they used to take food from the producers, and the consumers, they themselves are divided into primary, secondary and tertiary, and they all used to take food from the other one. That is called as a food chain. When we talk about the food chain, when we start with the food chain, so first one, the first source of the food is what? That is the green plant, which we also call as producers. So green plants or producers are the original source of all food. Original source of all food. They are the original source of all food. Okay, now generally if we talk about the food chain, it is what? It is the sequence, students, in which the living organism or the living community, they are dependent on each other, and it is what? It is a single direction of the transfer of the food or transfer of the energy here take place. So the sequence in which one organism consumes the other organism, that we used to represent in a sequence, in a chain, that is called as a food chain. Here it is like who eat whom. So the consumers, primary consumers consumes producers, secondary consumers consume primary consumer, tertiary consume secondary consumer, and this is how the whole chain continues. So this sequence is called as food chain. So we can write here, that is so we can write here that the sequence of living organism, the sequence of living organisms in a community, in a community, in a community in which one organism is dependent on the other organism. One organism dependent on the other organism. Dependent here we will say consumes the other organism. Okay, so organism consumes the other organism. Consumes the other organism. Okay, so basically food chain is what? That is the consumption of the one organism by the other, that is called as the food chain. Now here we will say that food chain, suppose student, this is the grass. If we talk about the terrestrial food chain, so at a field a lot of grasses are there. Now this grass will be eaten up by the herbivore, like what? Like deer or cow, anyone. And then this deer will be eaten or consumed up by lions. So this is what? This is actually a food chain in which we are looking that this is what? Grass is a producer which is actually producing the food. And since it is producing the food, it is the consumer. Consumer, primary consumer. So it is the primary consumer which feed on it to form the they eat in order to get energy. And primary consumer, it will be eaten by the secondary consumer. So this is how the food is consumed from the producer to the consumer, students. Okay. Now talking about the transfer of energy in case of a food chain. So here it is what? It is a unidirectional transfer of energy will be there. It means energy is what? It will be transferred from the one organism to the other in a single direction. Here you will see grass, they are the producer, they have absorbed a lot of energy from sunlight, and the energy will be transferred from the grass to the deer and from the deer to the lion. Like this transfer of energy will take place in case of this food chain. It is never like the deer will give the energy to the grass or the lion will give the energy to the grass or the deer. So that is why we are saying that here the transfer of the food or transfer of the energy, that will always take place in a single direction. A food chain represents a single directional transfer of energy. Transfer of energy. So food chain represents a single directional transfer of energy. Okay, so this is what? This is about the food chain. Moving on, and we will see the food web. What is the food web? Although we can see there are a lot of different types of a food chain are also there. So let us see some of the examples of the food chain, and then we will move to the food web. So we can say here that suppose one food chain is there where grass is there. Now this grass will be eaten by that of the insects. Then again these insects will be consumed by frog, and frog is consumed by bird. This is one of the terrestrial food chain. Then another fourth step of this one is for producer, primary consumer, secondary consumer and tertiary consumer. Then another one is like plants are there. Now these plants will be again eaten up by worms. Worms are what? These are herbivores. Now this herbivorous worm, it will be eaten up by the birds, and birds will be eaten up by the cat. So this is the producer, this is the primary consumer, this is the secondary consumer, and this is the tertiary consumer. This is how the transfer of energy is also taking place. Talking about the aquatic food chain, students, so food chain is not only restricted to that of the terrestrial, but it also there in the aquatic one. So in case of an aquatic food chain, here it will be algae. Now this algae will be consumed by protozoa. Then this protozoa will be taken up by the small fishes, and then it will be eaten up by the large fishes. So see, this is algae is what? You know that algae is green in color. So they are what? They are able to perform the process of photosynthesis. Protozoa are what? They are the primary consumer. Then small fish is what? That is the secondary consumer. And then tertiary consumer. Producer, primary consumer, secondary consumer, and tertiary consumer. These are what, students? These are some of the examples of that of the food chain. Moving on, and let us see what is food web. So, food web. In case of a food web, the interconnection between the different types of a food chain, that will constitute the food web, students. Understood? Now, let me write here the definition. Definition says that the interconnected food chain operating in an ecosystem which establish a network of relationship between various species is called food web. That is called as food web. In a simple word, we can say that large number of food chain existing in an ecosystem is called as food web. that is called as food web. So we can say here that actually what is a food web, student? We have just now we have seen that there are different types of food chain are there, and that is not only restricted to the terrestrial, but we have seen it is in the aquatic organism also, and even in the aquatic, that is also depend upon the different types, like phytoplanktons is there, which we call as an algae, and then it will be eaten up by the zooplanktons like protozoa, then small fishes, then large fishes. Similarly, we can start with the small with the plants to the small fishes, and then large, and then very large fishes. Like that, a different kind of food chains are there in the terrestrial as well as in the aquatic ecosystem. Now, here in the food web, you will find that the large number of a food chain, different types of a food chain, they are interconnected with each other, they are linked with each other, and that is called as that collectively this different type of food chain, they collectively form the food web. And this is why in the definition itself it is explained that the interconnected food chain operating in an ecosystem which generally establish a network of relationship between the various species is called food web. So different types of a food chain, they forms an interconnection, they form a web like a structure, and that we call as a food web. This is how the formation of the food web are. I'll explain this with the help of an example. And now let us see here. So, here, suppose hawk is there, okay, then snake is there, now frog is there, then rabbit is there, then mice is there, then birds are there, seed-eating birds are there, then plants are there, and then grasshopper. Now see how this food chain will be formed. It will be rabbit eat plants, and rabbit will be eaten up by the hawk. Then, so we can just make the arrow in a different way. The arrow will be like, it will be eaten up by the plant, and this will be eaten up by the hawk. Then the next one is that plants will be eaten by the mice also, and mice is eaten by the hawk. Then grasshopper, they used to take plants and then they can again be eaten directly by the hawk. Not only this, but the plants will be taken up by the birds, and again the birds can be eaten up by the hawk again. Then the grasshopper is there. The grasshopper will be eaten up by the frogs. Frog will be eaten by the snake, and snake is again eaten by the hawk. Then here also snake, it will be also eaten up by the mice is also eaten up by the snake. This is what, student, this is an example of a food web. Now you see here, there are different kind of chains are there. First one, a chain is there in which plant is consumed by the rabbit and rabbit is consumed by the hawk. Second one is plant is consumed by the mice and mice is consumed by the hawk. Third one is plants is consumed by the grasshopper, grasshopper is consumed by the frog, frog is consumed by the snake, snake is consumed by the hawk. Plants are consumed by the birds, birds are consumed by the hawk. Plants are consumed by the mice, mice is consumed by the snake, Snake is consumed by the hawk. Plants consumed by the grasshopper. Grasshopper will be consumed by the hawk. So you can see here that every food chain are what? Every organism, they are interconnected with each other. So it is not restricted with the one food chain, but different kind of a food chain that will, the interconnection between the two different types of a food chain in an ecosystem will constitute the food web. Okay, so this is how the food web formation will occur. Okay, now moving on, and we will see the trophic level. Actually, the different steps which is involved in that of the food chain, it is nothing but the trophic level only. Like, if we are saying in case of a food chain, so if we will say here, if we talk about the first one is the producers only. So producers are what? These are what? These are nothing but the first trophic level. Then consumer. Consumer, in which it includes herbivores. Herbivores are what? That is the second trophic level. Then carnivores are there. Carnivores are what? These are the third trophic level. Third trophic level. Then third one is, then carnivore are there, students. Then large carnivores. Large or top carnivore. This is the fourth trophic level. Fourth trophic level. Let us see what is the meaning of the trophic level. Basically, the various steps in the food chain. The various steps in a food chain at which transfer of energy, at which transfer of food or energy takes place are called trophic level. Are called trophic level. So we can say here that the trophic level is nothing but it is actually the different types of a level which is involved in that of the food chain. The first level is the herbivore. The producers. Let me tell you, the amount of producers are much more than that of the herbivores which are dependent on them. Then the amount of the carnivore is less than that of the herbivore in which the carnivores are dependent of. And finally, the large carnivores are what? They are the very less in number. So this we can show with the help of the pyramid, and that we call as a pyramid of number or pyramid of energy. So here it can be shown by, see, this is the first trophic level. I am writing here grasses or producers. Just above to that is what? That is the primary consumers. So we can write here the second trophic level. This is the first trophic level. And second one is what? That is consumer, so herbivore. Herbivores are nothing but these are the second trophic level. Then carnivore, which is the third trophic level. And then large carnivores, which is the fourth trophic level. So this is how the energy is transferred from this to this. Now if you want to see it in a pyramid, we can make a pyramid. So for that, when you look the number itself give it a shape of a pyramid. So it will be represented by 1 is producer, then primary consumer, then secondary consumer, and then tertiary consumer. So here the first one is the producer. Producers are what? They are generally first trophic level, or they are large in number also. Second one is consumer. So primary consumer. Which is the second trophic level. Then secondary consumer, third trophic level. Then tertiary consumer, fourth trophic level. Fourth trophic level. So this is how the movement, the energy is transferred from the producer to consumer, primary consumer, from the primary consumer to the secondary one, from the secondary one to the tertiary one. So this is how the energy is transferred from the producers to that of the consumers. Okay. So generally it is what? It is also called as the pyramid. It is generally represented in the form of pyramid of numbers. Okay, so if we count the number of species present in that of the producers as compared to the consumers, they keeps on decreasing. Okay. So we can write here that greater number of organisms are present at the base, that is at producers, then primary consumers, secondary consumers, and tertiary consumers. Primary, secondary, and then tertiary consumers to them. So this is how the movement of the energy used to take place here, students. Okay. Now one more thing is there, that how so by this we have came to know that everything is dependent on each other, and with the help of this only the formation of the pyramid occur. When the same thing you will going to do for the energy transfer, student, the pyramid will become in a upside down. We will discuss about that later on. Now how the activities of the human, it affected the of the ecosystem. So out of all these four, if any of the level or the number of this, any of the trophic level will become more or will become less, so that will cause a disbalance in that of the ecosystem. So it is really important that the maintenance of that of the different trophic level must be there. Understood? So producers, consumers which are dependent, their number should be maintained.